Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie. This is day number 6 of our 10-day split series. Let's get started with the dynamic warm-up. We are going to start again here in a sort of wide straddle, hands on your hips. Feet are slightly turned to a diagonal here, and then again we're going to take it into a deep squat. Keep pushing the navel to the front here and find that weight here in the upper body by leaning a bit to the front into a diagonal that helps you to push the knees out to the side, at least over the toes or a little bit further back. So we'll take 5 squats here. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, great. So then next we are going to step the feet to parallel, bend, slide the legs down as far as you can, come to a straight back position, slide back down, roll back up, step wide, and squat. So we'll do this flow 6 times in a row all together. So here, let's step in, slide down, flat back, slide back down using the weight of the head, bend the knees, roll up, wide, straddle, and squat. That's number 1. And together, slide down, flat back, and fold, bend the knees, roll up, and squat, and parallel, slide down, flat back, and fold, bend the knees, step into your squat, really deepen the squat. 3 more, slide down, flat back, and fold, bend, straddle, squat. 2 more, parallel, slide down, flat back, fold, bend the knees, step into your straddle, deep squat, and 1 more time, parallel, slide, flat back, fold, bend, straddle, and deep squat. 5 fast squats, not as deep as you can go, but with a little bit of speed. And let's go for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, very good. Now pivot to a pyramid position here. Both feet facing the left. And here we're going to again fold, but not quite into a horizontal position, really just a bit sort of before the point, which is your maximum point of mobility here, before the hips would rotate. And we're going to hold it here, really firmly pressing the left foot here, the one that's in front of you, into the floor. So by pressing the whole foot and the leg really into the floor firmly, you are coming back to an upright position. We'll repeat this 4 times. So I'm basically leaning a little bit more to the front than I normally would, so that my weight sits in front of me here. And I'm going to keep the back very straight, leaning to the front, really pressing down into this leg, and then back up. 2 more times. Make sure that you really create a clean fold here. Clean fold, and then come back up. 1 more time, clean fold, and then come back up. Let's pivot to the other side. Right leg firmly presses into the floor. I've got my leg here really right in front of me and my weight a little bit further to the front. So you can place your hands again on your hips here if you like, and lean to the front. Pay attention to stop really the moment before your hips would roll. Press the leg firmly into the floor, and using the strength of your leg, come back to an upright position. And again, fold to the front, press the leg firmly into the floor, and push yourself back up. 2 more. clean forward fold. Stop before your hips would rotate. Press the leg into the floor, come back. And one more time, clean forward fold, leading with the navel. Press the right leg into the floor. Press, press, press to come back up to standing. Okay, great. Meet me here on the floor, on your back. And from here, cross the left over your right leg here. And then I'm going to feed my hands through, grabbing my right leg behind my thighs here, right behind the knee. I'm going to keep the right leg straight and flex and point and flex, point, flex, point. So on the next flexing of the right foot, we are also going to bend the right knee as much as possible, which automatically will push your left leg closer to you. So hold that for 3 seconds, 2, 3, and then we will straighten the right leg and point the right foot at the same time. And let's repeat that. So flex the right foot, bend the knee, left leg pushes towards you. And then straighten and point at the same time, and now pull your right leg a little closer to you. And repeat, flex, bend, and straighten, point, pull the leg closer to you. One more time, flex, bend, straighten, point, pull the leg closer to you. Okay, great. Now release your hands here from behind the thigh and try to hold that leg exactly in that position, keeping the knee very, very straight. Push your hands into the floor for support. We'll hold 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. And release. Very good. So I'm sure that was harder. That turned out to be harder than you expected, probably. It's not easy to hold the leg in that position. Let's change over to the other side. So it's the right leg that crosses over the left. And place your hands here behind the knee of the left leg. Left leg is straight. And from here, again, we're going to flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, and flex and point. And on the next flexing here, we're also going to bend the knee of the right leg, pushing the knee of the left leg, pushing your right leg closer to you. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and straighten the left, point the left. And again, flex and bend. If you want to support the opening of the hips here, you can push your right arm into your right knee here to keep that leg open. And straighten and point. 2 more times. Flex and bend. Straighten and point. Flex and bend. Straighten and point. Now release the hands carefully. Keep the knee very straight off the left leg. Keep your leg here in position. Push your hands into the floor. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And release both legs. Now let's move on to resistance stretches. So I hope you have your elastic or your scarf ready. Let's start with the right leg here, wrapping your band around a flexed right foot. And this time we're going to start with the left leg bent. So the left leg is on the floor and I'm keeping it bent. Now pull the right leg here towards you as far as possible and then push into your elastic and push for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pull the right leg towards you as far as possible. One more time. Push, push, push into the elastic. Push the leg away and push, 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 push for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull it closer to you. One more time. Push the leg away. Push, 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 push for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pull your right leg closer to you. Hold. Now from here, straighten the left leg on the floor without moving the position of the right leg. And pay attention to what happens in your hips. If your hips are slightly rotating to a more open position rather than a square position, that means that your optimal split position will also have that same rotation. So with the leg on the floor now, try to pull your right leg a little bit closer to you. And now listen carefully. My right leg is right in front of me, and I'm going to just pull it a little bit to the side into a diagonal position, very carefully and gently here, which will create a more open hip position until I am really in a diagonal here to my right. And in that position, I'm going to pull the leg a little closer to me. Okay, come back to center. Gently release the knee first, and then let's swap legs. Left leg is above you and the right leg is bent. Foot firmly planted here on the floor. Pull the left leg towards you. Let's push into the scarf. 4-5 seconds in. Push, 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 push for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release. Pull the left leg closer to you. Really make sure that your hips stay on the floor and that the left hip doesn't start to lift off or distort, because here in this position we are attempting to keep the hips really very square. And one more time, push away from push the leg away into the scarf for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Pull closer to you. Keep the hips very square. Left hip stays on the floor. And again, find your breath. Yeah, your guideline is always that you can still breathe with some ease. If you're holding your breath, you need to ease out of the stretch a bit. One more time. Push into your elastic and push, push the leg away. Push, push, push for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pull the leg towards you. Hold. Now straighten the leg on the floor and pay attention to what happens in your hips. There most likely is a slight rotation to a more open position. And now very gently and mindfully move your left leg further towards the left into a diagonal position. And then pull the leg closer to you. Come back to center. Bend the left knee and release the stretch. Let's come to our split entry position with or without blocks. We are going to start with the right leg. So come here to your lunge position. If you need to pad your knee, then please do so now. And let's just a few times move into a lunge and straight leg. I'm sure that you're feeling now after the resistance stretches here that it's so much easier to do this straight leg stretch here with the leg in front of you. So the resistance stretches are really key to improving your hamstring flexibility. And then let's hold the lunge here just for a few seconds, already sliding the knee a little further back and stretching into that hip opening here. Really consciously stretch into that hip opening that you now need for your split. Find movement in this position, just gentle movement. That means you are not jamming anything. So all of these positions are never as static as they seem. They're always alive. They have the breath flowing through the body, and they are really a continued attempt to create more space in the hips. So it's never really just finding a position and then pushing into that position. It's always searching for length and space. Okay, let's lift up once here, pushing the upper body away with your hands from the knees. Upright position, lift your chest, engage your core, don't pinch the lower back. And then let's find our split entry position here. Slide your front leg and the back leg into your split position. Lift your chest. Find your hip rotation that feels like you've got space. Let's hold 20 seconds together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lift your chest. Look up. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Lift out of the position and draw your leg back. Sit back on your heels once. Compact position, moving the hips side to side. Okay, before we move to the other side. So left leg in front, lunge position. Just move back and front into your lunge and straight leg position here. Lunge and straight leg, and really enjoy this feeling of almost softness that you might have in the front leg, and see whether you can consciously deepen that stretch here, folding closer to your leg already. And then let's stay here in front in your lunge. Really find the space in the hips here, in the hip opening. And also experiment with leaning into your right hip. So if you stay square on with your hips really square, that's one type of stretch, but it's a different feeling really if you rotate your right hip towards the floor. There, for me at least, I really find an even bigger opening in the hip here, in the leg, that I will need for my split. And let's lift the chest once, pushing yourself away, chest upright here. Lift your chest, the stomach is slightly engaged, and lean into that right hip. Consciously lean into that right hip. Creating length, finding your breath. Okay, and let's come to our split entry position here. Find good support in the hands. Slide your right knee back, left leg front. Find a good entry position. Lift your chest. Look front. And let's hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you breathing? If you're not breathing, lift out of the stretch a little bit for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Lift out of your split. Gently draw the left leg back. Let's come to our compact position here, sitting back on the heels and elbows on the floor. Gently moving from side to side, allowing the hips to spill off to the left and hips spill off to the right. Enjoy that stretch in the lower back and hips spill off to the right. One more time left. And one more time right. And with your hands, push yourself back onto your feet here, tucking the toes under, coming to a squat, stretching the Achilles. And then let's move the knees towards the floor and back to your squat. Knees to the floor, back to the squat one more time, knees to the floor, back to your squat. From here, straighten the legs, not all the way, just so you can rest your upper back here on your thighs for a second, and then from there we're gonna slowly roll up through the spine. And we'll finish standing up today. Roll your shoulders backwards. Wiggle your extra stretchy legs. Thank you very much for practicing with me. 6 days of super intensive stretching. If you came all the way until here, that's already a super thumbs up to you. And have a great day. I see you in the next video.